Well, Madonna has made a 40-year career out of shocking people, and now she's done it again with a Vanity Fair photo spread in which she dresses up as the Virgin Mary and Jesus. Let's get caught up on culture with KTTH Seattle Talk Radio host Jason Rantz. Jason, always great to see you. So the concept here is Madonna dresses up as Jesus at the Last Supper, right? She's got 12 female disciples around here, and we can put these pictures on the screen. Another one is her dressing up as the Virgin Mary. And, you know, some of the headlines of social media, oh, this is outrage, but really not all that much outrage. And you think if she was mocking a different religion, if she was mocking Islam, there might be a different reaction. It just seems like Christianity is always fair game. Your thoughts, Jason?
It's true. There's certainly a double standard here. I'm not going to pretend to be shocked by this because this is Madonna, right? I mean, this is kind of what she does. And allowing her to offend you just feeds her brand. And so I suppose I'm in the not easily offended category. Maybe it's because I'm Jewish and it doesn't have the exact same kind of impact on me. But I just want folks to be careful not to fall into what we generally accuse the left of doing, even though I certainly understand that there's that double standard at play.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's the whole thing, and I really hate the whole whataboutism as well. But you think, you know, if this really was a different religion, this would be a different scenario altogether. I want to move on because this really is kind of heartbreaking. Seattle's fentanyl overdose crisis is so bad in King County that the medical examiners are running out of room for bodies. How is that?
It's the fact that we legalize drugs here, and this is the result of that. Most of these deaths were avoidable. Understand that under the law right now, in not just Seattle, but across Washington state, is that if someone is caught with drugs, the first 2 times, an officer has to go up to them and basically offer them treatment. If they say no the third time, then they can be put in jail. Here's the problem. There's no database that tracks any of this. Thus, we have effectively legalized drugs. And instead of actually pushing these addicts towards addiction treatment, we're basically saying, yeah, keep on doing what you're doing. When you're ready, we'll give you the treatment, but we're not going to force you into it because that might stigmatize the drug user. But I'm of the opinion we should be stigmatizing the drug user because I think it's actually going to help save their lives.
And the astonishing thing to me, Jason, is that while we have, in essence, as you say, kind of legalized the drugs in various spots around the country, we have also legalized the entry of the drugs because we have done nothing to secure the southern border, and the drugs just keep flowing over. And then they find these little areas that happen to be legal little enclaves, and you can see the death and destruction happening on a daily basis. And the outrage, speaking of outrage about religion and whatever, the outrage is non-existent.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. And I think what people seem to forget as well, this reality makes it harder for cops to go after the drug dealers. Because when you're not able to leverage jail time over an addict, it's that much harder to get them to turn on their dealer, which means you're putting even more resources into trying to find out who they are and where the drugs are coming from. And remember, especially here in Seattle, we have a depleted police force, so we don't have enough staff to go ahead and really commit the way that we would like to see this be committed to.
So here we go. Last subject. At the biggest mathematics gathering in the world, which was in Boston, a Vanderbilt assistant professor gave a lecture titled, quoting here, Undergraduate Mathematics Education as a White, Cis, Heteropatriarchal Space and Opportunities for Structural Disruption to Advance Queer of Color Justice.
100% agree. I have been complaining about this for years, so I am so glad someone finally is stepping up. Who goes to these things? It's kind of like when you see an ad for a Terrence Malick movie. You kind of know they exist, but you wonder who hates themselves enough to actually show up to one of those movies. And you just kind of look at that and you just wonder.
You really do. You just wonder. It's kind of amazing. Jason Rantz, good stuff as always. Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Thanks.